Hello everyone, welcome back to another video and another installment of some of the DIY things that I've been doing in my house. So I wanted this time to take you on a bit of a journey with me as I decorate my guest bedroom, because I've got great plans for that room. I want to invite lots of people to stay over. I want to make it a really gorgeous space that people are going to really enjoy sleeping in and hanging out in. And actually, one of the biggest motivations for me getting on with this job is that my parents are coming this weekend and they're going to be staying over. My daughter's already slept in the room, so it's fine. But when I moved in, you will know, if you have moved house recently, you will know the chaos that ensues when everything is being brought into the house and you're just literally going in that room. And the bed, it was really heavy. It's one of those Ottoman beds and the big heavy mattress and headboard. So it was just slammed into the corner of the room. I threw in all the other bits of furniture and it looked nice. I dressed the bed and everything. So it looked okay when I was doing house tours for my friends and family. But I just know, when you know what's lurking behind the bed. And it's not a pretty sight. So you're going to see it, warts and all. I am going to take you on this whole journey with me. And so the plans for the room are, at the moment it's painted white and it has a grey carpet. Now the grey carpet has seen better days. I'm not going to be putting new carpets down just yet because they're pricey. We've got to start somewhere, haven't we? So I thought I'll tackle freshening up the paintwork. That's the first thing. But on the feature wall behind the bed, I'm going outside of my comfort zone and I'm going to add wallpaper. Yeah, you heard me, wallpaper. Now, I haven't wallpapered in a lot of years. We're going back a long time. And I wasn't very good at it at the time. And I just thought to myself, you know what? I'm older and wiser. I've got a little bit more patience, a little bit more DIY skills under my belt, and I'm going to have a go at the wallpapering. So yeah, you're going to get to see everything that takes place and the different stages and also the finished result. So I'm keeping my fingers tightly crossed that it turns out really well. So wish me luck and let's get started. So, current state of affairs in the guest bedroom. Now, it's a bit of a blank canvas. You can see white walls, and which is really good because it just helps, doesn't it? When you're not having to deconstruct an existing colour scheme. And so it's taken me probably about an hour just to get everything out from under the bed and move that bed, get the headboard on top of the mattress. But now I can give it a good clean, carpet clean. I'm going to show you. It looks okay from a distance, but look at the state of this. Yuck, yuckity yuck. Grotty. Dirty. So that, oh gosh, down here. My, oh my, oh my. It's Dust Bunny Central. So got to give the carpet a really good hoover. Going to clean those skirting boards, clean all the walls, give the skirting boards a lick of paint, and then the walls a lick of paint, freshen it up, and then the wallpaper's going on. This is going to be like the feature wall. I don't do wallpaper, so wish me luck. When was the last time I hung wallpaper? It was about 10 years ago. That did not end well. So, keeping everything crossed, can you do the same for me? I'll be back. Oh, so I have painted and I've done the room. So it's all nice and clean now, apart from that wall, because that wall is getting the wallpaper. But skirting boards are all looking lovely and clean and beautiful now, all freshly painted. And of course I have had lots of help from my lovely glamorous assistant here, who's just chilling in the sunshine basically. She's just having the best time and she just keeps going, you missed a bit. She's the worst critic. I wish she would just go away because it's really intimidating. You're so intimidating. So these are the two different wallpapers that I was I'm in an ahhing over, trying to make a decision. So this one, it looks like almost like a cork, or even has a bit of a metallic look to it. So, you know, like hammered metal. And it's got like a lovely golden sheen, which is what I wanted. I really wanted to bring up some sort of warm metal effect to the wall. Now, this one, I didn't, I loved it and I was thinking, yeah, I'm going to go for that. And then I was thinking, well, that's just me all over, always plain, quite neutral. And I got a sample of this one, and it's an oriental pattern. So we've got the lovely willow, and then these beautiful, they're like rusty coloured flowers, the lovely leaves, and then there's this tree. If you can see the metal shimmer, it's got a coppery golden sort of look to it. So I just really like this, and I hung them both up on the wall and I left them for a week, and this won me over. It literally had my heart, and I thought, let's be brave, let's go for something that I wouldn't normally do. Pattern is just not my thing, and I thought, right, let's do it. So I have actually papered the wall. I've just done the one accent wall and I absolutely love it. I've learnt quite a few things when I was papering, so I'm going to show you what it looks like. Now, I didn't film myself putting the paper up because it was hard enough doing it and learning the ropes as I went, or trying to remember the ropes, and trying to film it. Oh, I just thought, no, I just can't. So anyway, let me show you how it turned out. Voila, there is the beautiful oriental willow tree wall, and it's sort of golden hour here, and so we've got lovely sunshine, evening sunshine coming through, and I just really love it. I love those metallics and how they're glowing and glistening, and then the lovely warm coloured flowers. And so, you know, it's a pattern, it's not super bright and super bold and in your face, it's more subtle, but I really like it. It's very restful, and it kind of reminds me of you know, in stately homes they always have a Chinese themed room. They used to put the wallpaper that had a Chinese reference to it, so it's reminding me of that. It's giving me those kind of vibes. Not that this is a stately home or anything, it's a 3-bedroom semi, but you know. So I'm going to show you what everything looks like when I've put the bed back together. Everything's a bit of a mess in here. I do need a new carpet at some point, but actually, you know, the carpet's fine, and the grey is translating to grey in the trees. I think, you know how when you put colours next to each other they sort of pick up like that? The trees are actually more of a very light copper, but anyway, it all goes, it all looks great. And so put the bed back together and start styling the room. I'm excited to do that and to show you what it. So I have this mirror, well, I've got 2 of these that go behind the bedside tables. Excuse the mess in here. This is the contents of the spare room that is in my office, or my wardrobe office space. And these are, they're just quite inexpensive mirrors that I bought. I really like the shape of them. They're like this egg shape, this elliptical shape. The frame is plastic, but it's silver effect. And the look that I'm going for in the guest bedroom is gold accents or brass. So I found this fantastic stuff. It's called Rub and Buff. Let me show you. And it's a wax metallic finish, as you can see. I've already done one of the mirrors, that's my finger, and just apply it with your finger or with a brush. I prefer my finger because you can really get into all the little nooks and crannies. So I'm going to show you how this works now. I'm going to squeeze a little bit of this onto my finger, just a tiny amount, and just literally rub it along the edge of the mirror, and it dries without, well, very quickly, and you just get this finish, this golden kind of look to your mirror. Now I've found, because this is plastic, if I go over it twice it tends to lift off, so I'm just giving it one pass. But the effect is absolutely fantastic, which I can show you here with one of the other ones that I did. So it just looks like a golden finish. Now this rub and buff comes in all kinds of different colours, effects, metal effects. So you can have more of an Egyptian gold looking appearance, or you could have silver, or have a look. But rub and buff, and I got it from Amazon. That seems to be the place where it's available, and they've got all the different colour selections. I have a bookcase in this room, and it's not ideal. I'd prefer to have a dressing table, but this bookcase was quite expensive at the time that I bought it. Since then, it was pine originally, because pine used to be a thing, and back in the day. So anyway, I chalk painted it in this light grey, and that was a couple of years ago. So it came to this house with me. We managed to get it into the bedroom because it's a very big piece of furniture. And I remember on Design Masters, one of the critiques that they had was where a piece of furniture is facing you when you come into a room. So what you see is the end of the, hello, that's me, the end of a piece of furniture right in your face. So I took some of the wallpaper and I just stuck it to the edge of this bookcase. Along that line there, which was like a seam in the wood, I just decided to put a bit of the rub and buff on there. It doesn't look brilliant, but I think it works as something nice that connects the feature wall, the wallpaper, and then the end of the bookcase, so it's not just like this big grey slab hitting you when you walk in the room. So anyway, it'll do until I decide what I'm going to do in terms of dressing tables and things like that. So I want to mark out where I'm going to put the hooks for these two mirrors onto the wallpaper, but I don't want to mess the wallpaper up by getting it wrong. And they're in a bit of an interesting place, so they're right at the top of the mirror. So one of the things, the ways that I learned, I can't remember who I saw doing this, but it was a YouTube video, and I'm very thankful to them for it, for the advice, is to basically make yourself a paper template of whatever it is that you're hanging. So I've had to get 4 pieces of A4 paper and stick them together with sellotape. So I made it into the shape of the mirror, and then I can just feel around as to where is the placement of the holes. So it's there. Just find it, put a hole in, make sure I get it really level. Sorry, I'm making the camera a bit wobbly here, and there. So that is the placement of my screw holes or my hooks or whatever I'm going to use. And then let me just take you over to the wallpaper. I can move that lamp out of the way, and I can decide where I want my mirror to sit, so I can put my holes into the wall, put my hooks in to hang the mirror, and I can get it absolutely right before I make a mess of the wall. Isn't that genius? Whoever came up with that, I love them, because it's got me out of many holes many times, and I can hang my things straight now. So my favourite part, I get to style the bed. So I've just freshly laundered the sheets. I have air dried them outside on the washing line, so they smell absolutely beautiful. So I do like to have lots of cushions on the bed. I do like to have a couple of different pillows, and I like to stand them up against the headboard because I just think it makes a bit more of impact. So I've got 2 cushions that I will layer on top of one another, and pillows, sorry. And then, you know, if people want to sleep with more pillows, they've got that option, or one of the pillows is slightly softer than the other. So I'm a bit of I like a flat pillow. I don't like a really bouncy pillow to sleep on. And then, now these are a bit more wintry, but they're a really good colour for this room because they go really well with the trees on the wallpaper. So these are the Rachel Zoe cushions from TK Maxx or HomeSense, and so you can see there, oops, Rachel Zoe. And I just love her interior stuff, and you'll find a lot of it on special in TK Maxx and HomeSense. And those are just so lovely. You know, really soft, and it's just so nice to bring in a bit of texture to the room. And then I have this one that, again, I don't buy full price on anything, but this is DKNY, and I just love the colour of this and the pattern. It really adds some texture to the room, and again, it just goes beautifully with the wallpaper, as you can see. So I'm going to add that one in there, and it just really makes it look more luxurious and makes your guests feel like, oh, this is a special experience. So as well as the cushions to add texture, I've got this lovely eider down. This used to go on my bed, and I like to chop and change things around. Now, when my guests come, it's going to be quite warm. So what I will do is I will take all the cushions, I'll take the eider down and other extra things that are just in the room, and I will put them, store them away in my wardrobe room, because I don't want to inconvenience my guests. But it's just a really nice ambience to create for them. It looks really special. It looks like you've made an effort. And I also like to put this lovely throw at the end of the bed. This one again is from TK Maxx. Just absolutely love all of the soft furnishings that they do. And it again goes really nicely with the wallpaper. So I'm going to give you a little tour to show you the end result of all of my work in this room and how it's turned out.